Another one of those days where I wasn't particularly planning on filming a video today, but I was around the Blossom app this morning, and one of the posts I saw kind of reminded me of something, and I thought I'd throw a few words together to add to the discussion. But what the post reminded me of is the worst time to learn how to invest is the exact moment when everyone thinks that investing is easy. And I think we're seeing times like that these days, particularly if you've started investing over the past few years or so. There's a pretty good chance that you've never had to make an actually genuine, difficult decision. Your account's been going up. You've probably picked a few ETFs, maybe a couple of stocks, maybe some AI names. And the rare time that the market has dipped in the past couple of years, it came right back, right? It usually does come back, not necessarily as quickly as it has. So you might look at your account, you might think on paper that you're doing everything right. And that's exactly what worries me right now. Now, I do have to admit, we've had a pretty good run. All the major indices that we track, they've been pushing up to new highs. And if you've had money sitting in an investment account, any type of account, really tax sheltered, non-tax sheltered, you've seen the value of your portfolio climb and you haven't really had to do much at all. And it does feel pretty good. The problem here is that we run the risk that it also teaches you almost nothing. And when I was working directly with clients, I saw this pattern all the time. The bull markets, right? They feel great. In fact, I think they are great. That's how we make money. The issue, though, is that people are usually wrong about why we're making the money. So I want to start with a simple version here. Bull markets are great at hiding mistakes. You can buy a company you don't understand. You can ignore the valuation altogether. You can concentrate your whole portfolio in one sector, right? Whatever's hot that month, you want to chase it. And that is going to work for a little while. And if you're misinformed, all of those decisions can make you feel like you've become a really great investor. But we need to be clear here. The reason your account is going up is not because the decisions that you made were necessarily good ones. It's because almost everything is going up at the same time. You may have heard the old saying, everyone's a genius in a bull market. And this is the concept. That's where that comes from. Another analogy here. Think of it like you're learning to drive, and every road you drive down is straight. Every day, skies are clear, it's sunny, there was no other traffic out there. You might be tricked and think that you're a pretty darn good driver, right? But you will not have actually learned how to drive, at least not the proper way, not how to really drive in real conditions. You have learned only in perfect conditions. And in very much the same way, that's how the investment world works. A bull market, like we're seeing now, is the easy road, right? We have to get a correction, maybe a crash, and then you'll know whether you can really drive or not. And we're kind of seeing a lot of that right now. Another thing, buying individual stocks can raise the stakes. It does raise the stakes. Someone buys a handful of stocks during a period when the TSX, the NASDAQ, the S&P 500 are all going up. They're all rising, and your positions go up too. The conclusion, again, is that you have become a really skilled stock picker. The reality is, though, that the index would have probably done just as well, maybe better, but you wouldn't have had the concentration risk. And I'm going to say that's not necessarily a skill, right? That is a rising tide. It's really hard to tell the difference between just the boat going up and your ability when you're just sitting on the boat. If you make money in and of itself, that doesn't automatically mean that you've made good decisions. Sometimes the reality is you just got lucky and the market bailed you out, and you might not even be aware of that. So if you want to up your game, the question to ask yourself isn't whether you made money. Ask yourself whether you would make the same calls again, knowing only what you knew at the time. That question is a little bit more uncomfortable because it's also the one that builds skill over time. Eventually, the conditions are going to change, right? Rates might move unexpectedly. You could get some inflation surprises to the upside. Maybe there is an expensive sector that's correcting hard. We're starting to maybe see the beginning of that right now. But something out there will be the trigger. We've seen it before. There are lots of times that the market has quickly turned against us. Those are the times that we learn, right? Times when portfolios looked great in a rising market until suddenly they didn't. And that's usually when the emotions start creeping in. Fear, regret, panic selling at exactly the wrong moment. And that's when a lot of people realize that they never actually learned how investing works. They only learned how to buy stuff and watch the prices go up while they were all going up. So what should you actually do with this information? Well, first, a couple of things that you don't need to do. First of all, you do not need to become overly sophisticated. You can keep it simple and still succeed in this journey that we're all on here together. And you don't need to time the market correction. That's really a mug's game. We can look at signs, we can look at clues that something's coming, but we don't know exactly when that is going to happen. Now, a few things that are worth understanding right now while the market's relatively calm out there instead of trying to learn during the actual next meltdown. We can learn why diversification actually matters, not just across individual stocks. That's the way we tend to think of it, but even across sectors, across geographies, so that one bad sector doesn't sink your whole portfolio. We can learn how valuation affects the returns that you can reasonably expect going forward, because when we buy into an expensive market like it is today, that tends to, probably will, lower your future returns, even if the story sounds pretty good. That's something a lot of investors miss. Third thing here, we can learn what risk really means for your specific portfolio, not the market average. That's what we tend to see on TV, because your time horizon, your tolerance for a drawdown out there, those are yours and yours alone. We can learn why cash flow and income matter, especially outside of a tax-sheltered account, because tax treatment, that can change how you think about holding income-generating assets versus pure growth, something you should know. Also, we need to learn how your emotions tend to show up under pressure, and that is worth knowing before you're actually under that pressure and you're making decisions in the heat of the moment. 6, we can learn the difference between investing with a plan and just speculating on a trend, even when the trend is working, right? That can fool us. Now, I do acknowledge none of what I talked about here feels particularly exciting when the markets are calm. I get it. It might sound kind of like old school a little bit, like, yeah, you're a baby boomer, move along, time have changed. But learning these things is exactly what protects you when the markets eventually stop being easy, and you can put faith in it, they will stop being easy. What do we do with this all right now? Well, if your portfolio is up right now, that is awesome. I really mean that. I hope it keeps going. Just be careful not to confuse a favorable market with investing skill. One habit that's worth building right now, very simple, and I did this with clients all the time. Keep an investing journey. Write down why you bought something, just a sentence or two, just a little paragraph. Write it down at the time that you made the decision, not after the fact when the results are already known. You'll know exactly then what happens and you can justify your emotions, but document your investment journey as you go along. Now, this bull market that we're in right now, it will not last forever, whether you think it will or not. And when conditions change, and they will, the investors who spent those calm years actually learning tend to come out through the other side with their portfolios intact. Just as importantly, though, it also allows you to come through with your confidence intact. The encouraging part is this: you don't need to be the smartest person in the room to do well as an investor. You just need to keep learning while everyone else assumes that they figured it out. There's nothing left to earn. You can let that be your investing edge. Now, if you are new to investing, if you want to up your game, I would suggest you check out the Blossom Social app. My username on there is MarcB, M-A-R-C-B. You can have a look at my portfolio if that's something that interests you. There are lots of good commentary on there as to how to learn to become a better investor. For now, I just will say thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.